House Bill 23-1255.
Yeah, so you all have a opposed position on this bill. And it was up on third reading today.
Double check what's happening.
It passed the House on third reading.
It did, yeah. It passed the House on third reading today.
So can I make a motion on House Bill 23-1255?
Sure.
I would like to make a motion that we change our opposed position to a strong opposed position.
I'd second that.
I have a problem. Well, I have a problem. In fact, Raymond Johnson was the one who, at one of our meetings said, really like save your power, because when I was first on the legislative committee, everybody was strongly supporting and strongly opposing everything, and that if you're not judicious about it, it doesn't mean anything. They all are. So, and this is the 1%, right?
This is the growth.
Yeah, the growth.
Right here.
Override this year.
Yeah.
I have heard there are amendments on the way, that they're trying to amend it, maybe to have it more targeted or older, in Lakewood, but I haven't seen it.
Because I know there's only 3 of us that have it, Golden, Boulder, and ourselves.
See most of 4, but I don't know who the 4th is. I was
Yeah, I thought there was only the 3. So, but this was passed by, our citizens, so
Right,
I've been thinking about it, so I think I was strong.
yeah, and actually I made a motion last time to just oppose, because I didn't really think you guys would vote for a strong oppose, but when we were talking about it, you said strongly oppose, and then Councilor Franks talked about it in council chambers, our last meeting, and said she was strongly opposed, and I'm okay, well, maybe we should change to strongly opposed.
Yeah,
Yeah, so.
I don't know, it's only 3 of us. So do you know how the other, or evidently maybe 4, but do you know how Golden, Boulder, because those
I
are?
don't, I wasn't able to look at that.
Okay,
But, yeah,
because I would imagine they'd be in the same. Was there passed by citizen initiatives or was it a council initiative? I'm sorry.
That's a good question. I'm not totally sure how Boulder feels about it. I've read some articles and I know some individual people on council in Boulder are open to amending their, their restrictions because they're old. And I know that the point of this bill was meant to target Boulder a little bit more just because of the growth that they've seen in the region. So yeah, I do believe that there are going to be a couple of amendments potentially coming down the pipe in the Senate, potentially. I know some folks have talked about exempting cities with pre-existing or having kind of like a wind down, like
Time frame.
right, like they can only be in place for 5 years and then they like have to go back to the voters or things like that. So I know that there are some amendments potentially coming down the pike.
And when does that?
In the Senate. Well, it just passed today. It passed third reading so recently that it actually has not even been updated on the website yet.
For heaven's sake.
Yeah, so it's not even been, it was just today, this afternoon, it's not even been calendared or sent to a Senate committee hearing or anything like that, but
Okay.
you
so
know,
it'll go over to the Senate next, and then maybe go over there. I think the concern from the governor's office is that 13 passes, which is far more consequential to us, and say 213 passes, then if a whole bunch of cities want to enact growth restrictions in response to 213, they want to get ahead of it with this bill to stop other cities from enacting growth restrictions.
Well, we might not be too wrong about that.
That's true.
So do we have to have a vote, I think, to change it.
Yeah, is there any other discussion?
Did he second?
Yeah, we've got a motion on the floor to move to a strong post position. I will just say that, you know, I think it's really important, and we've talked about this before, to delineate the role of this particular committee is really to represent the city, and not necessarily always our personal viewpoints. So I try to be relatively consistent with my votes in that way. So, you know, I think I have struggled with this one because I think there have been some unintended consequences that we've particularly seen around concentration of high densification in certain areas of our city, as well as a slowing of affordable housing construction that I think both, you know, were not part of the original intent of the measure. So I struggle with that because I think that there are definitely conversations that we need to continue to have. You know, but if the role of this committee is really to take a position that the city is going to take, you know, based on just that, I think that's just a very different conversation, and one that is a little bit difficult to peel, you know,
The layers.
to peel the layers of, you know, how you might personally feel and struggle with what, you know, what is the right position for the city to take. And so, I will just say that, you know, whatever vote happens in this one, it really, for me personally, is going to reflect the fact that, you know, we need to make sure to ensure that we're not being, our local control is not being preempted. I think that's something really important to preserve and protect, and does not necessarily reflect my position on this legislation, but more the principle of that. So with that, all those in favor of moving to a strong opposed position?
Aye.
Hey,
Any opposed? Great.